and he has a Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Management and Master of Science in Educational Leadership from Winona State University in Minnesota, and Master degree in a cross-cultural study from ACT International College, Minnesota. Prior to working as an educator, he worked for 4 years at a bank in Malaysia in a human resources department. He had been working with international students and new immigrants in Winona, in Minneapolis, in St. Paul, and all over in Minnesota since 1995 as a volunteer program advisor and educator. Waihon has taught at the university level, both in Malaysia and in Minnesota. At the public school in Minnesota, he taught at the K-12. He had been a head coach for 3 years for badminton at the public school in Minnesota, coaching his team to the state tournament. Guess what? 3 times consecutively from 2015 to 2017. So we are bringing to you an expert in the field of a sport. Since 2015, Waihon had been teaching at a public school that is predominantly made up of a student from a refugee family. He enjoyed working and serving as a mentor, life coach for those students. Waihon is a 2-time bronze medalist in a triple jump at the U.S. Master Track and Field. One in 2019, the other one in 2021, and he represented Malaysia in long jump at junior level. So there you have it, and he have been there, done that, and he's someone of the field, very nice, jovial, and go-getter. Waihon is also a mentor to preserve physical education teachers and that physical and health education. So today, I want you to join me from wherever you are and welcome Mr. Liew. Welcome on the show, Mr. Liew.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ezekiel. That was a very kind introduction of you. I will definitely do my best to serve all of you and share some good information and advice that could benefit our listener so that they are getting blessed and able to move on to bring good education and benefits to the society.
Well, I know that in this world that we are in now, it's very polarized. But before we continue, though, I don't know if you are following the news. We have Ivory Coast just lost in African Cup of Nations, and people are very frustrated. You know, you are very high in a sport. What is your first thought when you hear that?
Oh, definitely it's very sad, to see people get into a lot of dissatisfaction and tension and fight. So I believe proper coaching from the grassroots can be one of the solution of how people will react, especially when they are not doing well in sports or in other activities.
Great. Well, I know that one of your top coach and mentor that you always look up to is Joe Herman. And Joe Herman usually say that I coach to help boys become of empathy and integrity, and who will lead, be responsible, and change the world for good. What does that quote inspire for you or tell to you as a coach?
Oh yeah, that quote is very inspiring and very dear to me because it sort of reminds me that why am I coaching the first place? What is my long-term goal and what is my motivation as a coach? Not just as a coach, but also as a sports educator or administrator. Because at the end of the day, everybody will go through the phases of life. They will get old and they will not be very active in sports. Our athletes will move on to have families So when we are able to instill godly value such as compassion, empathy, and love, beside coaching our athletes to become champions in sport, we must also think about their long-term career development. So that is what Coach Joe Edmund was trying to promote and educate a lot of professional coaches all over the world.
Oh, okay. So, it's not all about being on the field or running, being the top one, but it's also what you are or what you do after your your career or your professional career as a sportsman, right, or as athlete, and that's what the coach is, Herman, trying to educate those boys athletes for, and I'm sure that's what you also after, and making sure that your athletes are well trained mentally for empathy and also of the field, how they behave and how they take care of their life. That's a very such a great goal to go for, and I think that's why we have you here, so you can talk to us and be that resourceful person for our family members. We usually call our audience our auditors, our family members, because they are listening to us and they are getting educated, they're being trained about how to live a better life. So thank you very much for offering that. And so to jump on up front though, can you tell us a little bit about um, your sport that you are actually get involved a lot in, like what kind of a sport you are really into?
When I was young in the elementary school, Malaysia, up to high school and college, I was very much involved in track and field, mainly in the event of 100-meter and the long jumps and triple jumps. So I was very fortunate to have some good coaches in Malaysia. Uh, his name is Mr. Zahir, Mr. Baldeep Singh. And then when I was at the national junior level, Mr. Raj was instrumental in guiding me to become the national champion. Because of their influence and guidance, I was able to do well, not just in track and field, but able to do well in my studies and leadership development when I come over to the States. So those were the examples of transformation coaching, coaching from the inside out. And right now, I am using my sports platform as a fitness and wellness educator in a charter school in St. Paul, Minnesota. And most of my students are new immigrants, refugees from Burma.
Yeah, I know you are mostly focused on minority group immigrant that you're trained and focus of their development. So and you are mostly coaching them in field and track, which was your back career as athlete, high level athlete before. So you know how can we say that sport, why sport is our life, transform our life? How can you explain to anybody on the street that sport transform our life? How do you have any practical example to give us?
Oh, yeah. According to a lot of statistics and reports, a lot of students will spend a lot of time in school, all right, and they are probably in school at least 5 to 6 hours in school. Sometimes in some other countries, kids will be in school longer than that, almost like 10 hours, including the after school program. So coaches and teachers who are involved with them for the after school program have a very big a pocket of influence, how to navigate their lives, how to educate, and how to guide them with sports activity. So a lot of children will learn different skills, life skills. So when they are in the classroom in the morning, usually they learn math and science and language and all those academic lessons. But when students are with coaches, they are not just learning how to play soccer, how to be a better basketball player, but coaches are instilling life lessons, life values such as team spirit, resilience, how to work with other athletes in your team, and how to promote good sportsmanship. So those are the qualities that a coach can instill and transform a student life. So I've seen many good examples, professional athletes such as George Foreman. He is a heavyweight champion boxer during the time of Muhammad Ali. So he definitely is an example of how coach has transformed his life. And there are many other names that I could name eventually later.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually very true. We can see that, athletes can pick up some of those athletes from very humble beginning, from ghetto or from poor family, and you see them shoot up and being successful and being very great athlete and popular and being endorsed by a lot of a brand. And that is a very big impact on life. So, and you can see that that builds, like you said, resilience, teamwork, sportsmanship, and life lesson for them. And that is a great impact. So that's why, I mean, we encourage all the high school students to seek that inside coach teaching technique and be with people like you, a great teacher and mentor athlete, so that they can learn their life lesson. So right now, let's say if you have somebody, like you say, you're already in immigrant field, somebody, a new American or immigrant, um, came to this country with limited English, or they drop off from high school. What are the um, sport opportunity out there if they get certified, or if they are not certified? What are the sport opportunity out there that they can benefit from, or they should work toward to get certificate for or credit from, so that they can be better?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of young students today. Some of them, most of them, as I come across, they do not have much career long-term goal yet. So as a coach, we can guide them and navigate them to take some courses, short-term courses in personal training, in weight loss management, in corrective exercise, in strength and development. So those courses are usually like 6 months to a year, and they are not very expensive compared to university courses. And there are many job opportunities that this uh, certificate could lead you to. You can work in the well-known established gym, or you can help with a high school sports team and still get some pretty decent pay. So a lot of these courses are available online, and I am very happy and humble to say that I am a approved uh, educator for American Council on Exercise, and I am teaching high school students some of the personal training courses that are available online, and also I work closely with the National Academy of Sport Medicine, which is also a well-known global name in fitness certification.
All right. So there you have it. You can get your certification at the National Academy of Sport Medicine, and that will give you a lead or a door opening for opportunity out there. And I'm about to ask you where we can get those certification, or where we can get that from. But let me just ask you this way: can anyone, even outside of US, get that certification? And what are the platform out there where they can get some continuing education credit, so that they can, if you are already practicing, going to a gym like you say every day, and let's say I'm an immigrant, I'm working full time, but I like sport, I like to go to gym, go to work out, and I want to use that as a passion and hobby, or side income, or residual income. Where can I get a certification so that I can be a personal trainer for somebody? Or how do I do it so that I can train somebody as well and start earning that money?
Well, there are uh, very direct information from the internet. For example, nasm.org. A person who stay in this country can log into the nasm.org and look for some of the courses that are uh, interest to you. For those who are outside of the state, I believe some countries around the world have their own local representative for NASM as well as acefitness.org. So these are the two top names in fitness certification. And usually those countries who already have the representative, they have a community of fitness trainers that will mentor you and support you so that you're able to get continuing education and support as a fitness trainer and personal trainer. On the other side, I'll be more than happy to guide some of you listeners who are based in the States who are interested to take up some of these courses because I'm a approved educator for these two well-known fitness certifications.
Yes. So when you are decided, you are listening to us, and you want to have that certification or want more information how you can get into it, and then reach out to Radio La Famille, and we will connect you with Mr. Liew, and from there he can train you or give you direction. And even if you want to have a business opportunity with him, he will actually connect you. So what message will you tell people who are like community leaders, like a group of association of Malaysian immigrant in Minnesota or in United States, or group of Ghanaian or Togolese or Zambian who are here? Do you have a workshop where you train people as well, that they can get that continuing education credit, or they can get some kind of a certification as an immigrant that show that they are working on their English, or they have that how do I say, that resilience, teamwork, spirit from a university credit that you work from? I know you work with a University of Winona. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, thank you again. To those new immigrants to this country, I believe one thing that could help us to move forward and to flourish is to continue learning. We do not necessarily have to go back to take a 4 years degree or a master's degree, even though it is great if we have a chance to do that. But there are a lot of courses out there which I call them continuing education. A lot of universities all over the world, they have this thing called continuing education workshops. For example, I partner with my former university, Winona State University in Winona, Minnesota, to conduct courses. Last month, I had a chance to conduct 8 hours of workshop to new immigrants from Southeast Asia who are based in St. Paul. So these new immigrants, they never have a chance to finish high school in their country because of civil war. They never have a chance to be to college. But I am humbled to share some of the uh, job skill, life skill workshop with them in St. Paul. So upon completing the 8 hours or 10 hours of workshop, they are granted a certificate of completion by Winona State University, and they will also have written in the certificate how many hours and what are the things that they have accomplished. So with this certificate, they are able to have a better opportunity when they apply for jobs instead of always stuck in a job situation.
So let's say if we have a Togolese uh, immigrant group here, or Ghanaian group here, or Kenya or Uganda group here, um, or Chinese group here, and they gather, will you be able to connect and come and teach them that workshop, and then they can get university credit and get certified?
Yes, I'll be more than happy. Definitely, this is something that I see myself doing for a long time to support and to encourage new immigrants to this country to continue learning, continue to upgrade themselves because we may not have those opportunities back in our country, back in Asia or in Africa due to certain civil war or certain issue why we have to come over here. So I'll be happy to meet up with any group so that we can do some um, evaluation and fact findings so that we are able to come up with a good long-term plan in terms of arranging workshops for your career success.
So, what about universities outside of US? Will you be able to work with a university if there is a university outside of US, like Liberia or Kenya, that would like you to produce a syllabus of a course online and do the workshop, or recruit students from those countries to come to the workshop? Will you be able to offer that opportunity for them, and then they can invite their family members to come here for the workshop, and then they can have a benefit of getting the certification here? Some of the immigrants work here, they can have a nursing business, or they can have like a hotel business, and they need that teamwork workshop, inspiring workshop to build up a teamwork. And will you be able to organize that workshop and invite those people that are working in their businesses, their small business in their back home country, so that they can get a training here, certification from within our state?
Yes, I'll be definitely very happy to do. It is already been done. Last year, when I was in Malaysia, I conducted a workshop for school teachers, and also right now in the process of arranging some online workshop for some refugees who are stuck in a refugee camp in Thailand. So I told them that when they get their internet set up, then we're able to conduct courses from Minnesota to the refugee camp, and I do not have to fly over to there, and they do not need to fly over to Minnesota. So as long as there is an internet connection, then we're able to provide workshop related to their life skills requirement, and they'll get certificate credential from Winona State, because I work closely with Winona State. Hello?
Yes, there you have it, our beloved auditors. Mr. Liew is here to help us. And if you don't understand anything, next time we'll give you opportunity to call directly to ask him a question. And so, but today, know that if you have a business outside of the United States, or you're trying to have a sports certification business outside of the United States, you can have him here. He can train the team for you. He can give you orientation. And even if you want to invite the people in here to get a university accreditation, we have a direct connection at the university who is available to help us. We can organize that workshop and invite our brothers, our friends, our family members that are qualified to get that high education or continuing education, and then they can get their certification and go and use that benefit of knowledge back home to prosper your work environment. So in your talk right now, you did mention that you went back to Malaysia and you did talk to some coaches. I'm interested. Can you tell me a little bit about your travel and how was the connection with coaches, and what are the kind of show and radio or TV show that you did there, and what was the outcome?
Oh, yeah, I'm very much connected to my native country, Malaysia. I was born and raised in Malaysia and came to Minnesota uh, to continue my education in college. So I will go back at least 2 to 3 times a year to Malaysia to visit family members, and also to conduct some education and sport education workshop. So last month when I was in Malaysia, I had the opportunity to meet up with dozens of coaches. Three of them were former Olympics athletes, and I shared with them this continuing education with Winona State, whereby they can take courses online, and I am able to help them to connect with some of the coaches in US, so that they can also further their knowledge in coaching, transformation coaching, sport-related topic, and other education topics. I also introduced to them National Academy of Sport Medicine, so that they're able to take up some of the specialization courses related to nutrition, motivation in coaching, and so forth. So they are very excited about this opportunity. so that they're able to enrich their career as well as having more doors open for them in their job options.
That's great. That's great. That you're working with a lot of population, a lot of people, and people who are even expert in the field, on the sport field, that can grow and not only focus on the body part, but also mental and nutrition part of training the athlete, and from the all ages and all generation. So thank you very much for coming today. We really appreciate all the insight and the inspiration message that you shared today. Um, Before we end, though, I see that you have a very great connection with some of the brand, and one of them is the really board, and then the other one is Buddy Lee Jump Rope. Can you tell us a little bit about those two brands? How do you come about, and how will you connect someone to it?
So thank you so much, Mr. Ezekiel, for reminding me about those two brands that I am their brand ambassador. It was during the COVID-19 that happened 3 years ago because a lot of people, including myself, we were very stressed and felt trapped in our home, not able to do much. So I was looking for activity that I can exercise and stay healthy mentally and physically. Then I come across this very funny piece of board when I was shopping in the secondhand store or thrift store without knowing much about what is it. So I look up from my phone, uh, like the name of the board, and realized that it was a balance board, and I bought it for a very cheap price, like $10. The original price from Amazon or eBay, they're selling for 120. So I took home and practiced with it and found a lot of benefits to my balance ability and agility. I called up the company the next week after that and get to know the founder and inventor, and told them that I would love to buy a few more boards for my students. And he was so generous. His name is Mr. Eric Olson. He donated two balance boards to me so that I can use it with my students. That's a story number one. Story number two, I was searching for exercise I can do at home because many gyms were closed during COVID-19. And then I came across this guy by the name of Buddy Lee. He is 1992 Olympian in wrestling, former world top five in wrestling, and I practiced jump rope using his technique and his curriculum. And I took the risk to email and to thank him for his motivation and his jump rope exercise. He replied me, surprisingly, and they have become friends and they've been keeping in touch, and he appointed me as his brand ambassador. So, in other words, in any crisis, there's always an opportunity.
In any crisis, there is always opportunity. We just need to look beyond the crisis, and we will see the opportunity. And in your particular case, you turn the outside external um, constraint, which is the COVID, into a way of going to those shop and finding the opportunity, and you are connected to the brand that you are now becoming the ambassador, and you are talking about, and you are teaching that to a kid from a K-12, and also to all the athletes that you are training right now. And we are calling up on our family members with the listeners of Radio La Famille to do so, to see your example and to be inspire and to admire that behavior, so that they can also from today go and get certified and look for that opportunity. And one good thing also you shared with me last time we were having a side chat is that it's not just you get a personal trainer certification, then that's it. You can even work from the nursing home or work from a disability home and to train those people and still get paid, or work with kids. And so there is a whole lot of opportunity out there. Being a dietitian, once you do it well enough, and those brands also can um, endorse you depending on how dedicated you are in it. So There you have it, and thank you very much for coming to share with us. Do you have any closing statement or any message you would like to send out there to your followers from your country, from all over the world?
I would like to say one more last thing is continue to learn, even though we are uh, stuck in the situation that we cannot move out of our country or not able to go out much, or we are so constrained by our economic limitation. Continue to learn from anyone who are willing to guide you. Um, I believe someday your opportunity will come. You're able to go further. Never give up learning.
All right, never give up learning. Continue to learn and be resilient and be focused on your goals. Thank you very much for coming today. We really appreciate it. And what I would like to do, if you can give to people how, where we can find you. If you have email or the website, you can give us and so that people can find you easily.
Yes, my Instagram name is Coach Liew, one word, Coach Liew, and my email is Waihon, spelled as WAIHONLIEW @gmail.com. I'll be
Thank,
happy to answer anything if I could be a help to anyone out there. Thank you. God bless.
thank you.
Umawa Sakara, Umawa Unyana.